So, PowerPoint is one um, method you can use to create a portfolio. It works well as far as it's very easy for most people to read, to open, and know how to navigate. It also just works well for creating the portfolio. It's pretty easy to work in. Starting with kind of copying images, as obviously most of your portfolio is going to be images. You will need text as well. And again, that's where with PowerPoint, it makes it easy to do both. So images for PowerPoint, a lot of times images will allow you just to right click and choose copy. Um, so for example, on here, if I right click it, then I can just come up to copy it. And then when you get onto the page, here, I'll just show you. And a lot of this you guys probably know, but just to make sure. Um, when you get to the page, you want to make sure you're not inside like a text box, but out here so nothing's highlighted. And you can either right click and paste with the image, or what I like to do is hit Control V, letter V is in Victor, and it'll paste it. And then you can move it around, you can change the size of it, etc. If for some reason, some images, especially if you're getting them off of a website, like you can't right click and copy it. So the snipping tool is a great item on PCs. I would imagine that Mac has something similar, but I do not know Mac. But on a PC, you're going to look for the Windows logo key. You're going to push that, Shift and S at the same time, and it'll open up a screen at the top, which will let you basically, I usually do the first one so I can draw a box around whatever it is I'm copying. It's going to copy that for you. And then same thing as far as you just do Control V to paste it as you go through. So that's a really good one for, like I said, a lot of websites, sometimes you can't right click and copy it. There's also a lot of ways you can adjust an image on PowerPoint. That's pretty easy. You can click on it and then go up to the Format tab at the top, and that's going to show you all the items. You can add a drop shadow, so you can add a frame. You can add a shadow to it. Shadows are great just to give it some dimension. So you can work with those to get some, if you're layering, etc., to give it some dimension. You can remove the background. This works best either with a light background and a dark item, or vice versa, a dark background and a light item. If the background and the item are similar in color, this makes it a lot more difficult. But so it's going to highlight everything that it's removing. If this all works, you can just check keep changes. You can also play with areas to keep or areas to remove if you do have something that's a little, if it's like missing part of it. But so if I hit click change or keep changes, now when I move this, it's just showing that piece of furniture. So that works really well. You can also there's some corrections. So sharpening it, this lots of times helps. If you have, if it comes in a little fuzzy, it'll just clean it up as it goes through. And then you can also bring forward or send backwards when you are layering items. So there's others in here, but those are kind of the most common ones that you'll use. So you can create what's a custom theme. So that's your overall design that's going to be used on PowerPoint. It's going to adjust colors and fonts. Setting up a custom theme will help make sure that you're using the same colors, the same fonts on all of your slides. So it keeps it consistent. There is a link here, and I'm not going to go through it, but it will tell you how to adjust a theme in PowerPoint. So you can set up like your brand colors or whatever color you want to, like color palette you want to use for your portfolio. There's also design templates. So the standard templates in PowerPoint, they aren't the best for what you're looking for. So to find those, like if you go to design, this is all your standard ones. So not really what you want to use. However, you can find some free templates online that look a lot better. Um, I would start if you just go to Google and search interior design portfolio PowerPoint templates or design portfolio PowerPoint templates, etc. It's going to pull up a lot. Um, these are a couple of sites that I found that had some on here, or a couple of options. So you'll see it's got a lot to it. Usually you can scroll through and see. You do not have to use every single slide that's in here, but this gives you a really good starting point. You can see there's a big difference in the appearance of this versus what's kind of these design templates as you go through. And if you use one of those, so it'll just have you download it. You're just going to come in and you can, when it comes into your PowerPoint, you can change all of the verbiage, move it around, change the colors, etc. And then this is another one. And again, these are just two that I pulled up, but you can search for others. So then once you have a design template, when you use your theme to customize that. So that's going to, if you're taking one of these other portfolios, I've lost them now. But if you have that and you're like, oh, that's not the color I like, don't worry too much about the colors because you can go in and you can change those colors as you go through. Typically, I will leave the fonts because that's usually what I'm looking for more is help with those fonts or just the layout. So I usually just change the colors, but you're welcome to change the fonts as well. So, and to do that, when you open up your design, you're going to go to design and then go over to variants right here. Do your drop down. You'll go to colors and then you'll go to whatever your custom color theme is that you've created. So when you create it, you'll create a name for it as it goes through as well. And that's going to update like all of the general colors to match with that. You also can change just an object color. So I believe one of the free ones that I linked to has these little just images in there. So it's very easy. You're going to click on it. And I think this is just an image. But so then you'll go, once you click on it, and in this, it would choose the actual item. And I'll show you down later on. You're again going to come to format. You're going to go to shape fill. So, and this isn't showing because I don't have a shape, but you'll choose whatever your custom color is for that. So like I mentioned, you don't have to use all the slides in it. And then others you'll use more than once. Use your portfolio layout that your kind of your template to help you figure out how you want to organize it, determine which slide fits for each one. So for example, you might want one slide style for your section headers. You might want another for like the first page of the project, etc. All right, so I've got some down below here. You'll see this is that template that I was showing you. So we'll walk through it. I always recommend doing a save as on it. So like I'm going to go ahead in here and I'm going to save as. I'm going to, put it wherever I can find it easiest. And we're just going to, we'll just rename it, but name it what makes sense. The other thing is copy the slide that you want to use and put it at the top and keep doing that. Don't delete any slides until you're done. So you might think, oh, I don't need this one. But then as you're going through it, you might think, oh no, I did want to use that one. So it's easier just to delete at the end rather than go through it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to right click and I am going to duplicate the slide and I'm going to move this all the way to top. All right, so now this is the one that I'm changing. Sometimes, so like for this one, this is layered differently. So in order for me to get to this shape, I had to move it, and it has to do with the way that they have the layers set. And then this one is actually a picture is what it is. The other thing you can do is I can arrange it and send it to the back, and then that should let me highlight that shape that I want. So if you can't get to something, kind of play around with that. So now if I want to change this color, I'm on the format slide right here. I'm going to go to shape fill, and I can either choose from these colors, which is the theme that I have, or you can, and if you've got your theme loaded, it's going to have everything that you need with it. So I can just go in and change it like that. I can come up in here and put, maybe this is my name, etc. Whatever it is that you want to do. And then if I am adding a picture, then I would do that. And you're seeing it says click icon to add picture. That's this icon right here. And let's see if I have just a generic picture. Let's do this one. Insert. So then once you insert it, it will line up. Okay. So then I'm going to scroll through, and maybe I want something that's going to be like maybe, I don't know. Here we go. Let's say I want to use this for my section for each one. So the name of each project. Again, I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to move it all the way up here to where it goes in order. So I'm going to work from this one. Again, it's got that picture. So again, I can send it to the back to get to this. The other thing, so part of the reason they put this in the front is because of getting to this picture icon. So if I put the picture in first, I'll just put this, and then send it to the back. Now I can click on, again, this interior design, and I can change the shape or the color of it. I can also change it, say maybe this is my NKBA kitchen project as it goes through. All right, and then I might decide that I want to use this as my next one. So again, you're just duplicating, you're moving all of it into the order that you need and making the changes that you need to with it. So with all of that, since I'm duplicating, moving it up, this still keeps those templates at the bottom. Once I'm done, I can, again, go through and delete them at that time, but don't delete them until you're done, just in case you want to make changes. So PowerPoint, again, very easy way to set it up. Easy for people to navigate. You can print it. You can send it out as a PowerPoint. You can also save it as a PDF so that they can't make any changes. Send it that way. So it's a very good tool to use. If you have any other questions as you're working through it, feel free to reach out.